I experienced pretty severe clinical depression when I was in my mid to late 20s, and I had experienced depression before in my life, but never something that was so intense where I literally could not get out of bed for months. I hadn't heard anyone really speak about it before either, so that was the thing that was the most intense, was that I felt so alone in it, you know, and that it wasn't something that, at the time, there wasn't as much awareness, and so people weren't comfortable speaking about their feelings. I think it's so important for me personally to share my story, because that's the reason I remember I felt so alone, was because nobody else that I knew of was experiencing the same thing that I was experiencing. There's been a lot of fans that have come up to me and told me their stories. And one of the stories that pops into my head when you ask me, you know, the biggest story of resilience that I can think of is a woman came to one of my shows, and she told me that she'd been listening to my music for quite some time. And she said that she'd actually not been able to leave her house for 3 years. She was really, really severely depressed and suffered very greatly. And I came to her town, and she came out of the house to come to my show. And that was a first step for her, because even just getting out of bed was really hard. And that's huge, you know, that's huge. And regardless of if it was me or if it was someone else, that music inspired her to get out of her house and start taking care of herself because it was something that made her feel better. That's huge. That's the power of music. I think music is definitely a form of therapy. Music is one of the greatest change makers, and you know, almost like music is transformative. Even just the energy of sound is transformative, and I know that it's medicine, because it not only has healed me, but I know that it heals other people and it brings people together. To keep myself mentally well, I am very good at taking care of myself now, and I think that regardless of if you suffer from mental health issues or if you know someone who suffers from mental health issues, taking care of yourself is the most important thing that you can do, not only for yourself, but for the people that are around you, because then you can take care of them as well. You know, you have that energy. So some of the key things that I do to take care of myself are, I make sure that I have the right amount of sleep. I have 8 hours. I also meditate, which is key for me. I do Kundalini meditation and breath work every morning for 3 minutes. You know, there's little steps that you can do, but they make a huge difference if you do them every day. So it's really about preventative measures, because when you do little itty bitty steps every single day, the future is much easier. If you've let things kind of build up, which is usually what happens when you become mentally unwell, is you let things build up, and it's almost like you're pushing it down and you cork a volcano. And if you cork a volcano, it's going to erupt and it's going to make your life very painful. I think we as a society should definitely speak more about mental health, especially with young people, because you guys are our future, you know? The youth are the future of the world. You're going to be creating everything that's going to exist here. So I think you need to realize that it's normal to feel what you're feeling, and that you're not alone, and that it seems really, really hard, and it seems really intense, and it seems like no one else in the whole entire world knows how you feel. If you speak about it, then it normalizes it, because we're all going through something, and it hurts all of us to be alone in it, and we're not alone in it when we speak up about it.